Captain Chris, your boat captain and realtor here in Southwest Florida. Today we're doing a video on the Imperial River and a couple of homes in Bonita Springs that have sold right off the Imperial River, as well as a plot of land. Going to be a beautiful day. If this is your first time on our channel, my name is Chris Glaser. I'm a boat captain as well as a full-time real estate agent here in Southwest Florida. So if you're looking to make a move within 9 days or 90 days, please reach out. I'd be honored to help. In today's video, we're going to do a deep dive into homes that are available, a couple of homes that have recently sold on the Imperial River down in Bonita Springs. Imperial River is just a fun boat ride, as you're going to see from this video. Not only what you can do as far as houses go, but you're going to see what type of boat you can run up and down this river, what type of issues you might run into, what type of communities are down along the river here. Most of these particular homes along the Imperial River are no HOA, so there's really hardly any restrictions until you get over to Bonita Bay. Bonita Bay is a resort-style community, and we're going to have a link to Bonita Bay in our description of the video. Plus, all of our information is in the description section as well. So if you are in the market to buy or sell real estate in Southwest Florida, my name is Chris Glaser. I am be more than happy to help you out. I've been a boat captain as well as a full-time real estate agent down here for quite some time. I've actually lived down here for over 18 years. So the Imperial River starts out in the Everglades, works its way through Bonita Springs and then out to the Gulf. And you'll see from the maps that we put up where we're at right now, as well as kind of where we're going. And we'll show some of the houses. You can see we've got people coming out of the river here, and beautiful, beautiful morning. You can see here the sign says slow manatee zone. There's a lot of manatees back through here. This just shows we're entering the canal system, and yeah, here we go. Beautiful day in Southwest Florida. We're out a little early, trying to avoid the afternoon showers, which seem to eventually happen pretty much every day this time of year, especially as we get into the dog days of summer, just kind of the way it is. But yeah, you'll see here as we come through, we'll just kind of keep the camera running so you can get a little bit of an idea of the terrain here. Like I said, we're right at the kind of right at the mouth where the canal system starts, and if we were going the other direction, we'd run right back out, eventually out to the Gulf. See, we've got one of those Sea-Doo pontoons. Those are kind of cool. It's kind of a new thing. Sea-Doo's pretty much known for making jet skis and jet boats, and so yeah, they got a pontoon now. Pontoons have become really popular down here. You can see some new lifts. These I think were just put in. They're still, looks like they're still shining. And as we come along here, you can see more people headed out. Wave! Some nice boats coming back through here. This is really a beautiful area of Bonita. When I first moved down here, I didn't keep my boat at the marina. I actually had a trailer, and they have a boat ramp up right off of Highway 41. We'll cruise up by that as we keep going upriver. But anyway, I've been up and down this river many times. You can see we've got some guys out here. Looks like they might be getting ready to go fishing. Some nice houses. We get up a little bit further here, we're going to be coming up on Bonita Bay, and we'll talk a little bit more about Bonita Bay here in just a second. So we're coming up, excuse me, we're coming up on our first first property, and it's just a vacant lot right on the Imperial River. This particular lot's been on the market for quite some time, but anyway, it is listed for $1.5 million. It's just over a third of an acre. It's 0.35 acres, so decent size. You could put a pretty nice house on here, but to me it looks like we've got somebody who's just waiting for the right buyer to show up and decide, hey, we want to put a big house on this lot. What's nice about this particular lot, though, is there is no HOA to worry about over here. And again, it's decent size. It's off of Escalon Street in Imperial Shores. So, and you can see I'm pulling up just some of the MLS information just so you can get a better sight of what you get a better idea of what you're seeing there. But yeah, that's one option in Bonita. Some people want to build, and that would be a nice sized lot for a really large house. So we're coming up on Bonita Bay on the left hand side of the river heading eastbound. See more people getting ready to head out and do some fishing. And Imperial Shores is on the right hand side. So you've got HOAs to the left with Bonita Bay and Bonita Shores on the right hand side, no HOAs. And these are a lot of new houses that were built just in the last, I'd say 15 years or so on the right hand side of the river. They're going to take us into Bonita Bay's marina. You can see right there. They do have dockage, gas, tackle. So it is open. The marina is open to the public, so you can get fuel, maybe make a bathroom stop. If you need any provisions of any kind, this is really one of the few stops. Actually, I believe this is really the last stop up the river, besides the boat ramps, that you can get fuel on the water up this way. You can see they've got some nice townhome villas along here. Bonita Bay is just an amazing, really an amazing community. 5 golf courses, full service marina, dry storage, wet storage. I mean, you've got it all here. This is it's like living in a resort all the time. So if you can afford Bonita Bay, I think you've made it. That's the way I would look at it. Just a beautiful, beautiful neighborhood. It's just south of, you'll see from the map that I pull up here, it's just north of Bonita Beach Road, off of Highway 41, near the heart of Bonita Springs. There's a lot of shopping around this area, plenty of places to eat, and you're not too far from the beaches. They have a beach club here. They can shuttle you to a couple of different beach spots along the Gulf. And yeah, you can see these are some pretty nice boats through here. We'll just keep putzing along. So if you are into golf and boating, now they've got really nice clubhouses here. They have dry storage. I don't know if you can see it back there or not. It's just out in the distance, but they do have dry racks for your vessels as well. So I know they have some limitations to the size of boats you can park back there, but you can see a lot of these are also deeded with some of the properties here. Some of the high rises have docks deeded with them. Definitely pretty cool back in here. So if we go all the way up to the end, there's a nice Jupiter. I don't know, that's probably over 40 feet. It's got 4 Mercs on the back of it, 4 400s, 1600 only 1,600 horsepower. You can see the guys over here working on boat lift. And then over here, this is where they have their fuel docks, and they also have, you can see the forklifts. It's where they bring your boat in and out of the dry storage area and stage them for you. And then restaurant right there back in the corner. But yeah, I'll put a link to the website for Bonita Bay in here, as well as that way you can see all the amenities. And if you are in the market to buy or sell real estate in Bonita Bay, I would be honored to help. I am a full service real estate agent, and I not only do work with buyers, but I also work with sellers in Southwest Florida. So I'd be honored to help if you're in the market to buy or sell real estate. And here we go. We're going to go down to one of the next houses that we're going to take a peek at, which is right around the corner here in Bonita Bay. So we're kind of making our way outside of the marina here in Bonita Bay. Boy, we got some really nice boat lifts and boats right here. Definitely be the way to live. I call it low to no maintenance living. That is for sure. Just got to break out the checkbook. That's for sure. This is definitely resort style living at its finest. So the first house we're looking at over here just sold for 4.99, actually 4.5 million. It was listed at 4.99 million. It ended up selling for 4.5 million just about 45 days ago. And we'll go through, show you some of the pictures here on the MLS, kind of give you an idea of what it looked like inside. But this is direct access. You can see we've got mangroves all the way around the house. Really, it's a good size house. It was on the market for a total of 186 days. And it's got over 300 feet of waterfront around this particular property. It is really nice. 4-bed with a den and 6 bathrooms. That's a lot of bathrooms. Wow. Quite a house. So you can see that this house was originally listed back in November of 2024. They originally listed it at 5.999 million. Kept it at that price for quite a while, actually. They kept it and finally ended up reducing it. So that house went pending then on May 16th. Actually, sorry, it didn't go pending. It went and closed on May 16th for 4.5 million. Really a nice property. But you can see that they did have a relatively decent sized price decrease. Started at close to 6 million and then ended up selling at 4.5 million. Back in 2006, you can even see that back then, when the property, before the big crash back in 2008, this house was originally listed for 4.3 million back in 2005 and ended up selling for 4 million back in 2006. But Bonita Bay is, like I said, a fantastic neighborhood. Again, some of these properties along the right-hand side, you'll see going up the river. Again, no HOAs. There's some older properties and some newer homes. River gets a little thinner as we go further to the east. It's my kind of day to be out on the water, and it's nice breeze. Hardly any wind. Just a beautiful day. Some guys over here working on these houses. Again, the houses on the left side, on our port side. The boat is Bonita Bay. Starboard side, Bonita Shores. You can see some of the older smaller homes. They've been around for quite some time, but they've been restored. You can also see right next to them some of the newer houses up the river. Very nice. And we'll keep throwing a couple of maps up in here so you can kind of see where we're at as we make our way up the Imperial River. So as we're cruising up the river, they're really from Highway 41 all the way out to the Gulf, you will have no bridges to worry about. But you do have to be a little bit concerned about your how much depth your boat's going to require at lower tides. Yeah, it can get a little shallow in some of these areas, as little as 3 feet. And of course, depending on which side of the river you're on, kind of the way the river winds through here, you just have to be aware of that. Most of your boats today, 34, 35 foot or less, you're probably going to require at least 3 foot of draft for those larger vessels. Smaller ones like the one we're in here, 24-foot Hurricane, it's really only about 18 inches of water we can run in. Turn off the radio here. So again, bridge clearances, the only bridge you have to really worry about is the one on Highway 41, which I believe is about 13 feet. So you can get a pretty good sized boat through there, and it's not very tidal, so you're not going to have to worry too much about the tide changing. So the homes on the left hand side here again are Bonita Bay, and I've had some people asking me about can you rent in there, and they do have some properties that you can rent there. They just have, each of these HOAs have different rules when it comes to doing short-term or longer-term rentals. I believe they have a 30-day minimum in most of Bonita Bay. However, I'm going to, like I said, post a link to Bonita Bay in our description, video description. You can see as we go to the right-hand side of the river here, again, we're heading to the east. There are no restrictions on this side of the river, Imperial Shores area. You'll find that these homes, no restrictions. You got some bigger lots. Really it's a pretty neat little ride up through here. So you can still get a dock put in there. Some cute little homes. Just keep making our way up the river. It's a little twisty and turny as you go further to the east. Twists and turns. See, they've got a little floating dock there. Those I've seen on some houses are pretty good for like jet skis, jet boats, something that doesn't have a prop. You can run up there. Nice boat lift. Again, you can see the difference in size of houses. The ones here on the left, these are some pretty big properties in Bonita Bay. Got a really nice negative edge pool on that home. But when you look over on this side, now there's a big lot. They are putting something over there. We'll have to do a little investigating, but you can see the difference in size of these homes as we go further up the river. A beautiful morning. Now these homes have a little more character. Some of these older ones. Now they have built some new ones. You can see we got some newer houses right here along the side, and then we've got somebody getting a lift put in for this house. You can see when they put these lifts in, they bring a little barge out, and they'll push it with this. You see, they got a little pontoon, and get everything anchored and in place with all the materials, and start working on your boat lift for you. Keep making our way up the river. Nice houses. Oh, wow, that's a big one. Got to be 5,000-6,000 square feet. Yeah, if you want resort style living, I'm telling you what, Bonita Bay is the bomb. I'm telling you. Always like this river. It's easy to get through here. There's not a ton of boat traffic once you get past Bonita Bay Marina. Now there's still quite a few canals up this way past 41, but those little finger canals get really, really skinny. So you just have to keep in mind, when you get up that direction, you want to make sure that your vessel, isn't too big. Anything over 25 foot long, I would definitely want to make sure it's gonna fit. You can see some of these don't have a seawall. Actually, I believe there is a seawall behind this stone that they have put in the water. Not 100% sure on that. That's cute though. Cute house. Looks like they're getting ready to build one here. Still a lot of new construction going on. People, you're seeing a lot of these YouTubers just spouting off about how bad things are, and I'm telling you, I think we're just basically an interest rate a drop away from things that are really starting to take off again down here. But we've had such a big increase in prices in such a short period of time, and a huge reduction in inventory that those houses that are on the market right now, if they're not, if it's something special and it's the water access of some kind, those tend to bring a little bit more money, especially down here on the Imperial River. You just have limited options. So we're getting closer to Highway 41. There is a newer community that's being developed back in here with some newer homes. You can see they've already got a few boat lifts, and you can see that they've built these docks out a little further. It's really shallow, and plus you really can't dig out these mangroves. These mangroves are all protected. Matter of fact, you almost have to have a permit just even to cut these back. Some of the other things you get here in Bonita is they do a Bonita boat parade during the right around Christmas time. Everybody dresses up their boats and they take people out for the Christmas boat parade. I did that once with some friends about 15 years ago. Might be even longer than that now. Heck, I think it's about 18 years ago. Some good friends of mine who live here in Bonita Springs. Matter of fact, they're the ones who convinced me to make the move to Florida back in 2007. So, love it here. Love Southwest Florida. We got a lot to offer. So you can see from our GPS fish finder where we're at on the river, and we'll zoom in here a little bit. Quite a ways up the river, you can kind of see there's the road, Highway 41. Over here on the left is Bonita Springs Business Park. A lot of offices, lawyers, real estate. As you can see, we're getting close to the bridge. Tamiami Trail. That's a first major highway through Southwest Florida. You can take that road all the way to Miami, or you can take it back all the way up through Tampa, and I think Highway 41 runs all the way up into, make it back all the way back up to Wisconsin. I'm not sure if it goes to Michigan or not, but I know 41 was one of the main thoroughfares. Takes you all the way, pretty much all the way from Miami up to Wisconsin. This bridge has got a lot of clearance, so I mean, unless you have a really large yacht, you're going to be okay. Again, like I mentioned, the depth of the water here can be an issue for some boats. We're right now running in, looks like we're running in about 4 foot of water here under the bridge. But yeah, we got plenty of bridge clearance. As we make our way through here, off to the right is a park that has a boat ramp, and I've gone ahead and, when I first moved here, this particular boat ramp was really an easy place to get in and out of because there's not a lot of traffic back in here. So if you decide to use this ramp, it's just pay to park and keep your trailer there. They've got a little area to pay for it, and then you can see it's a nice cement ramp. Sorry. Anyway, we are still kind of making our way up the river. We've just passed Highway 41, and we'll look at our next house that had just recently sold up this way. So you can see as we get further up the river here, just looking at our GPS, we're in about 2.5, 3 foot of water right through here, so it can get shallow. You gotta be paying attention. We're right now at about high tide, so our tide chart, I'll snap a little picture of that so you can see where we're at along the way. But yeah, there's some really nice looking houses through here. We're past Highway 41 now, and as I was mentioning earlier about the canal widths, you can see just from looking at this particular canal how much room you have. It can be very tight getting your boat in and out of some of these spots. So again, you just have to be aware of how big a vessel you have, and just kind of know that you might have some limitations coming through here. So we'll just kind of putz through so you can see really nice, cute little houses back this way. Yeah, these are nice. You can see these guys got their little scooters, water scooters, hydro bikes. Some of these are really nice sized lots as well. This canal is about 3 foot deep, so it's deep enough for my boat, but anything larger, you're gonna have to be careful. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the video and turn this thing around. So we got her spun around. Definitely a tight canal. Our boat's just over 25 foot long with the engine, and so that took 2 hands. I had to definitely crank that wheel around to get spun around in a circle, that's for sure. Nice in the shade back here. I have to put the bimini up soon. It's getting a little hot. But yeah, you can see what you can get here on the Imperial River and Bonita Springs. It's a fun area to live. Like I said, I have some very close friends who live in Bonita, and I've spent a lot of time in Bonita Springs. As a matter of fact, my brokerage is in Bonita Springs. So again, if you're looking at real estate down here and you would like to work with somebody who's very familiar with waterfront, golf communities, new construction, I can definitely help you. We've been getting a ton of calls on our YouTube channel here recently, so that's good. I'm glad people are reaching out. If you're interested in buying or selling, give me a call. Our number is in the description, as well as we have a survey that you can fill out. That'll come to me via email. I'd be honored to help. So if you like these videos, you'd like to see more of them, click that subscribe button. We try to get new videos out every week. And if we don't get them out every week, we try to get them out at least every other week. But lately we've been able to get these videos out at least one day a week. So it's my favorite part of the week is when I get a chance to get out on the water and do these videos and share, living out what it's like living here in Southwest Florida. We're making our way up the river. It's getting a little skinnier as we go. Boy, there's some really neat looking houses through here, that's for sure. That's got a nice yard. Wow. Check that out. Some nice looking boat docks, boat lifts. Further we go up the river, the closer you are to your neighbors. I've seen actually seen a lot of manatees through this area too, especially when the weather gets cold. The manatees will turn this into their sanctuary, because water's always a little bit warmer inland than it is out on the Gulf. I'll flip the camera around here for you. Don't really want to see me. You'd rather see the river and the boats. Slowly making our way up to the last house we're going to do a little review on that sold recently down here. Again, you can see how thin these canals are. Boy, you really got to know what you're doing getting your boat around in some of these, because it's tight. But it is Gulf access, so even though they're small canals, these houses are gonna bring a premium. It's got a really nice looking yard. Boy, that place has a nice looking yard. You can see another one of those really thin canals. You can see from the map how far up the river we are. This is about a 45-minute slow ride. Maybe it's almost close to an hour. It depends on, try to keep no wake as best you can through these neighborhoods so you don't have any issues with these seawalls and manatees. And like I said, it does get shallow in some of these areas too, so you just got to be aware of how deep it is. A nice looking house, probably built back in the 60s. Has a nice swimming pool. It's for sale. I have to take a look at that one. Nice looking house. Another one of those canals. See, there's a couple of signs up here that say keep right, and again, as I mentioned earlier, it gets shallow. Further east we go up the Imperial River, you really have to be paying attention to where you're going. Like I said, we're at high tide right now, and it is still a little tidal back here, but yeah, you just have to be careful. winter time, our tides are a bit more severe, so they're when you're out on the water during the winter time, you'll see that it's even a bigger problem sometimes with shallow water especially as you go up the river here. Up the river we go. Let's take another look at our GPS. You can see those small little finger canals there. We'll also post a map as we go, but 2.5, 3 foot of water right now. And there's still boats up here. Notice the boats will get smaller further we go up the river. Got a nice setup back there. A lot of greenery. Vacant lot. You'll probably be building a house on there at some point in time. There's one of those floating docks I was mentioning earlier. For smaller boats, you can just put those in the water and slide your boat right up on the floating dock, and you're all set. Just over 4 foot of water, and we're going to be turning around here shortly. We're almost up to this last house that sold. It sold for $1.642 million, and it was listed at $1.875. Now, I'll go into the details on this a little bit more. It sold a while back. Actually, no, this one just sold recently. I'm sorry. But it did sell. It was originally listed for $2.25 million back in November of 24, and so it did come down in price. I mean, almost $800,000. So I would love to be able to show you the water view of this house, but it's right behind these mangroves. I didn't realize it was as covered up as it is, but there it is, right down that little walkway. And that'll take you into this particular property. As you can see, the canal, it definitely gives you, decent width, plenty of depth. Got some nice houses hidden back in there as well. Newer construction. This particular house was built back in 2024. Matter of fact, we just cruised by it. That was it right back there. It was on the market for 168 days. Ended up, looks like, went pending at 144 days. Over 3,000 square feet. Ended up selling for, let's see, $533 a square foot. Closed at $1.642 million. You can see from the pictures, this new build is really nice. Got 11-foot elevation, so your insurance is going to be lower than it might be for some of these older houses. That's one of the things you got to think about when you're looking here on the water. Sometimes insurance can be really expensive on some of these older homes if they don't have any elevation to them. We're quite a ways up the river though, so we're almost made it almost to downtown Bonita. But yeah, this river is a popular spot for boating enthusiasts, fishing enthusiasts, people who just want to be, near nature. This is it. Got a lot of mangroves. Gorgeous area. So I hope everybody enjoyed the video today. We covered a lot of ground. We looked at houses all up and down the Imperial River, and Imperial River is just it's a really cool area. Not a lot of people think of river boating when they come down to Southwest Florida, even though we do have a handful of rivers down here. And coming from up north, I used to be on the Mississippi River, so that was how we got around, was boating on the Mississippi. Down here, we've got quite a few boating options, whether you want to be out on the Gulf or whether you want to be on a river. We can do that for you down here in Southwest Florida. So thanks for watching the video today. If you would like any more information on property or buying and selling real estate, I'd be more than happy to help. I'm a full-time real estate agent and been down here for over 18 years. So please reach out. All of our information is in the comments section. This is Captain Chris, and we are checking out.